Hello everyone, greetings of the day. This is Dr. Manthan Taylor and I welcome you to another tutorial video on quantum GIS. So friends, today what we have is the boundary of Purna Wildlife Sanctuary. इसका जो location है that is in southern part of Gujarat in western India. Now, the idea to have today's tutorial is how to create randomized grid for the wildlife sampling or sampling of trees or any other species of interest. तो उसमें randomized sample selection किस तरीके से करें. For that we'll be using multiple types of vector tools that are available with us. So first मैं आपको बता दूं ये projected CRS में है. दूसरा जो background में है what I have is the Google satellite imagery. The first thing that I would like to do is would go to research and would create a grid. अब जो grid का type है I want rectangle और extend जो है that I would keep from the layer that I want. Now since it is in projected CRS यहाँ पे जो measurement unit है that is in meters and I want a grid of let us say 500 by 500 meters. So this is my vertical and horizontal spacing जो 500 by 500 meters के blocks मुझे बना के देंगे. So I click on run. It quickly creates the grid. I am bringing the grid behind the wildlife sanctuary boundary shape file. Next thing जो मुझे करना है I only want the grid within this particular boundary. So I would be using another tool quickly in clip where in input layer I'll be using the grid और overlay layer जिससे हम extract करेंगे इस layer boundary से हम grid का part extract करेंगे वो ओवरले लेयर में पूर्णा वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी का शेप फाइल मैंने लिया है क्लिकिंग ऑन रन एंड क्लोज नाउ आई हैव दिस क्लिप्ड जो कि एक ब्राउन कलर में आपको दिख रहा है सारे के सारे पॉलीगन नाउ देयर आर टू थिंग्स दैट कैन बी डन फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट इफ इन केस आप इंटरेस्टेड है कि सिर्फ इंटेक्ट ग्रिड को ही लिया जाए तो उस केस में यू क्विकली गो टू द एट्रीब्यूट टेबल टॉगल एडिटिंग ऑन करके हम सीधा जाएंगे सिलेक्शन बाय एक्सप्रेशन जो दूसरा एक डायलॉग बॉक्स ओपन करेगा एंड देन यू वांट द फील्ड्स एंड वैल्यू just a minute before that we need to add the geometry attribute to this so we'll be using another tool of vector menu only जहाँ पे हम quickly यहाँ पे add करेंगे geometry attribute to the clip layer using the layer CRS and click on run. So now we'll be having the value of area and perimeter in the attribute table. ये अगर आप करना चाहते हैं so now what you have is the area and the perimeter that has been calculated and you can check out the values 24999. So 500 by 500 roughly it should be the value somewhere around this. अब यहाँ पे हम expression same added geometry attribute layer जो है उसी को use करके मैं यहाँ पे selection by expression select कर रहा हूँ और fields and value में जाके area should be greater than or equal to. तो यहाँ पे पहले सारे unique मैं यूज कर लेता हूँ एंड देन इफ इन केस यू आर डिसाइडिंग दैट यू वांट द एरिया जो कि आपका लेट अस से 249,020 से अबो हो सो आई एम सिलेक्टिंग दिस बट इट डजंट एंड ओवर हियर यहाँ पे एक मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेटर चाहिए सो आई एम एडिंग sorry not this I'll choose the operators and would use the greater than equal to यहाँ पे so the area of any of the polygon जो area which is greater than equal to this value it will be selected and close. This is optional, see you can choose and I'm closing this and quickly exporting selected features as let us say the intact grids and click on OK. So now you have all the intact grids. ठीक है अभी if in case you are only willing to work with the intact grid वो भी एक option है if in case you are willing to work with all the grids क्योंकि possibilities are there कि ये जो boundary zone है उसके अंदर you might find different types of variability as far as the biodiversity is concerned. So depending upon your protocol you have to decide कि किस तरीके से you want to move forward. अब जाके इसमें से we need to select the ग्रिड्स रैंडमली तो मैं दोनों में ही सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे आपके पास ऑप्शन है either you want the number of selected features or percentage so I am looking for the percentage and I am choosing 10% to be selected intake grid में से मैं सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ and clicking on run so it will select the 10 percentage of this intact grids that we have Second option that we have available with us is you will be using the clipped version, and we'll be repeating the same procedure again, जिसमें हम बस जो change कर रहे हैं that we are using clipped. Like I would recommend कि इंटेक ग्रिड की जगह पे इस तरीके की ग्रिड्स लिया जाए, बट इफ इन केस योर protocol or experimental design is statistically fine, you can go for the intake grid as well. And as you can see, the 10% of area is selected from clipped, and you can quickly export this feature as the sampling grid or sampling blocks. तो ये मैंने जो किया है that is for all the blocks that are available, and then you can see what we have, that we have this sampling blocks quickly developed and which is completely randomized and statistically fine to work with. दूसरी एक चीज, अगर आपको इसी जैसे आप if in case you are working with some device and आपको ये blocks जो है वो device में चाहिए, right, that whether you have already reached to this point or not, उस केस में what you can do is you can export this as, instead of S3 shape file, keyhole markup language, and I'm using it as Purna final export and blocks, and save. I've given the location and click on OK. I don't need to actually add this layer to the map, पर मैं यहाँ पे add कर रहा हूँ. So you'll be finding this, and the beauty of this is ये जो आपका KML फाइल है, आप ये फाइल को एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. यू कैन रीड दिस फाइल थ्रू गूगल मैप्स. तो आप अपने डिवाइस में अगर इसको गूगल मैप में या गूगल अर्थ में ओपन कर रहे हो, it will be showing you the location of this grids. So that was all as far as the random selection of sampling blocks within a particular area is concerned. This can be applied to multiple places. ये एक wildlife sanctuary का है, but the same can be applied to any kind of sampling strategy जहाँ पे आपको randomized sample selection करना है. You can also use the randomized selection of points, which I would be taking up in the upcoming video. So thank you for being with me. Have a good day. Goodbye.